Friday at 3 p.m. from Bandetta Stadium in Batavia, two of the top teams in Class D collide when the 2-0 Canisteo Greenwood Redskins take on the 2-0 Oakfield, Alabama Elba Aggies. Here's some game notes before the big matchup. The last time OAE lost was on October 28, 2017, the final game of pool play, where they lost to Bolivar Richburg 41-14. Since then, the Aggies have reeled off 18 straight wins, going undefeated in 2018 and 2019 and winning the 8-man Section 5 championship and the Upstate Regional Championship in New York State with 8-man football. The Aggies made the jump back to 11-man football this year and continue to roll. Friday's game will pit one of the best offenses against one of the best defenses in Section 5 this year. It's the greatest show in Section 5 against the Red Wall. In 2018, OAE outscored their opponents 419-190. In 2019, they outscored their opponents 513-113. This year, they've outscored their opponents 101-24. That's a total of 1,033 points. They've only given up 227. That's an average of 57.3 points per game and only giving up 12.6 points per game. Their average margin of victory in those games, just under 45 points. Here's your top 10 scoring teams in Section 5 through 2 weeks. Number 1, Red Jacket, 118 points, 8-man football. Number 2, OAE, 101. Number 3, Irondequoit, 98. Number 4, Perry, 85, 8-man football. 5, Batavia, 84. 6, Livonia, 83. 7, Pembroke, 82, 8-man football. 8, CG, 78. 9, HFL, 74. And 10, Victor, 71. OAE and CG are the only D schools in the top 10 when it comes to points scored. On the defensive side of the ball, OAE has given up 24 points. On the flip side, the Red Wall has only allowed one scoring drive through 2 games. Here are your top 10 stingiest defenses in Section 5 when it comes to points allowed. UPrep and Leroy have yet to give up a point. Number 3, Spencerport. Number 4, Haverling. Number 5, HFL have all given up 6 points. Pembroke at number 6 has given up 6 points. That's 8-man football. Number 7, CG. Number 8, Victor. Number 9, Canandaigua have all given up 7 points. And Brighton, number 10, has given up 8 points. CG is the only D school in the top 10 when it comes to points allowed. And the Red Wall will have their hands full with the Aggies offense. In their 18-game winning streak, OAE has scored over 40 points 15 times. That's 83% of the time. Over 50 points 10 times. That's 55% of the time. Over 60 points 6 times. That's 33% of the time. And over 70 points 1 time. Their highest point total, 75 points. Their lowest point total was 13 points. They also scored 14 points in another game. The most points they gave up in a game during that run, 34 points. They shut out their opponents 3 times in those 18 games. They held their opponent to single digits 9 times in those 18 games. They held their opponent under 13 times in those 18 games. In the span of those 18 games, the Aggies only played 2 games that were decided by 2 scores or less, and 1 game decided by 1 score or less. 2018, Week 2, OAE at Whitman, 13-10, Aggies came away with the victory. They then played Whitman Week 5 of that year. OAE beat Whitman 75-14. Whitman finished that year 2-5. And in 2019, Week 3, Pembroke at OAE, the Aggies victorious 14-0. Since Week 3 of 2019, OAE has not scored less than 41 points. There's not a lot of history between these two programs going back to 2004. CG has not won a sectional title. Oakfield, Alabama won a sectional title in 2004 and in 2006. Elba has won 3 sectional titles in 82, 89, and 05. In 05, the 8-1 Elba Lancers took on the 7-2 Canisteo Greenwood Redskins in the Section 5 title game from St. John Fisher. The Lancers were victorious 36-15. Elba finished the season 9-2. The Redskins finished the season 7-3. The Redskins have not got back to a sectional championship game or played 10 games in a season. You can watch and listen to the game on the My Team Media Network. The Countdown to Kickoff pregame show with the Coach's Corner at 2:30, kickoff at 3 p.m. Go to myteamstream.net. Then select your favorite streaming platform, such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Please go ahead and SFL. Subscribe, follow, and like.